Welcome back to this commentary playthrough of Trails Beyond the Horizon with Kellador. Last time, we went down to the canyon and fought a boss that, it was a near thing. It was a near miss. But we got through it. So we're going to talk our way through Newtown before we see about going up to the Institute, I think. Hey, welcome to my locally acclaimed roaming cafe. I set up shop wherever my heart takes me, so there's no telling if we'll ever cross paths again. That means this meeting could be once in a lifetime. How's about cherishing it like one with a nice brew? Professor Cronkite's favorite roaming cafe. After several visits, I'm starting to get a feel for where it sets up shop. Now, what if I made an app that tracked it? I bet the student population would go wild for that. Wait, is that you, Miss Toa? Long time no see, Elijah. Looks like you've settled into Basel from top to bottom. I guess, yeah. It's fun being surrounded by so many walking sources of inspiration on the daily. He must be another Aramis Academy graduate. That school really pumps out the best and brightest, just like Thor's. This roaming cafe idea is pretty novel. Getting a drink feels extra special after you finally manage to track it down.
Please, take your time.
What? Orbital microwaves are sold out again? This store is operated by the Verne Company itself, yet even their enormous selection can't manage to keep them in stock. Nothing else for it. I'll just have to buy the latest handy home appliances the moment they hit the market.
Welcome.
Nope, got all that. First up, 60. Yep. Okay. What about... Got 3 of those. Oof, I could stand to turn a few of those into something. Let's get another one of those. Got 4 of those. Always use another evade. Two blinds. EP cut, a hit. I have 4 mutes. Ooh. Another revelation, please. 4 fears. 3 decoys. Okay. Sepith Mass, yes. All right.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
Ooh, Basel Tech Review. Mist hairdryer. Ooh. Yes, we'll get one of those for Altina.
Thank you very much.
It's good I got that 4SPG up, but there's still no hide or hair of Arkride Solutions. I'd really rather it be them who handles this problem. Sounds like a pending request. Let's check the bulletin board. Yep.
Any day now.
But, as you know, we talk to everybody first. And then we check the red exclamation points. because we don't want to miss out on any of the juicy conversations. Oh, are you the ones we were contacted about? Yes, you're a member of the Epstein Foundation's local branch, correct? Chief Plato said she would pass word of us along herself, just to be sure. Right, that she did. Welcome to Basel. You can find the Foundation and ZCF in the building behind me. If anything comes up during your stay, just let us know. We'll do whatever we can to help. That's reassuring to hear. Thank you very much. Up until last year, our relationship with the Verne Company had grown cold due to their exclusion of the Foundation. But thanks to ZCF's, or rather, the Tech Union's mediation, joint research between us is resuming. You're all involved in Project Startaker, I'm told? They didn't get too in-depth with me, but I wish you the best of luck.
Shard searching.
Performing search.
Let's see. Maybe I'll browse through their custom handgun parts before I go back to Edith. Oh, Fee. Good to see you again. Patrolling around Basel with the Thor's crew before your big exercise, huh? Alex tells me you guys are doing the proxy work for the Spriggan, too. Something like that. Heading back to the capital already, Gray? Yeah, on top of my original liaison duties, I've been here helping out from last night to this morning. Hopefully it made a difference, even if it wasn't for all that long. It's hardly the only city going through it lately, but Basel's issues are a whole different ballgame. So, from how things looked when I stopped by last night, I'd say you made yourself pretty useful. Glad you think so. If being here for less than 24 hours had that much of an impact, he must be one outstanding bracer. Enough to land senior status in just a couple months. Hit a few bumps in the road along the way, but now he's got people out in the provinces leaning on him too. I mean, he's no A-rank Sarah Valestein, or S-rank Cassius Bright, but, you know, he's okay. I've been in Basel on liaison duty since yesterday, but Edith needs me back over there soon. Sorry I can't be of any help to you guys, but you've got my support for what that's worth.
Are your plans decided?
Mostly just to give
Treasure
Altina
always.
a, mist hairdryer. Oh, Carter, always the weapons nut. And yet you don't have the chops to use them yourself. Guess that part of you never changes either. I know I don't look it, but I've got some clout as an engineer now, so cut it out with the babying. Anyway, did you finish your business in Basel, Mom? You came to pick up some custom-made parts, right? Well, that, and to see my sweet little boy on the job. Now that I've done both, it's probably about time to get my butt back to Anchorville. No reason I can't tour Aldra's new plant before that, though. There goes Mom's factory fanaticism again. She says I'm the one who never changes. That reminds me. I hear Marduk's newest armaments are starting distribution? Yeah, they've hit the market with another lineup made from the latest tech. One particular feature are these new frames that were designed using Hollow AI. I knew I was right to ask you first.
Allow me to assist.
Oh, more of that. Ooh, yes. New weapons for everybody. Bossalards for Fee. Avenger for Crow. Everybody gets a survival vest. What do we got? Arts evasion. Resistance. Yeah. Speed 10, speed 6. Move 4, move 6. That's not even a question. Lots of those. All the way around. Lots of those. Okay. Customize. Yes. 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 Yes.
I hope to see you again.
Okay. Welcome. If you're looking to buy or modify weapons, this is the place. My mom's here visiting right now, but you can just ignore her. Well, fine.
We earned it.
Yeah, but... Nope. Survival vest. Fiber gear. All right.
Any day now.
Oh, also... Crow. Azure Resonance. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the ticket.
You're moving right along. CP regen. Yes.
Skill performance incremented.
There, getting it down to an art
See.
form. There, getting it down to an art form.
What does this do? Shield value. Oh, yes.
Skill performance incremented. Yes.
Greater heights await. I'm just getting started.
I know you are, but we've still got a long way to go with everybody else too. Huh? Meh. Okay.
Shard searching.
What do we got?
Say, this is where
Oh.
we can watch those Orbital movies, right?
Yep, sounds like they just built this one in Basel recently.
Calvert is the home of Orbital movies, after all. Perhaps we should make time to see one while we're here?
Of course we will, but first...
I've got a question for you.
The group explained Pokel's unusual behavior. Huh? That doesn't sound like our little Poceli at all. I mean, she's done nothing but good for us here at the cinema in more ways than one. Poceli, you're quite attached, it sounds like. What sort of tasks does she perform here? Well, she primarily assists us here at the ticket counter. Let me demonstrate. Oh, Pocel? I'd like a ticket for Crimson Fist. What times are available? Okay, let's see. The next showing seems to be full, but we do have an open spot in the one after that. Row J, C14, about in the middle of the theater. Why not buy a juice or soda to sip on while you wait? As you can see, she offers suggestions to customers based on the relevant data. Sweet. Makes the whole process as quick and simple as it gets. Definitely seems handy, yeah. You said primarily, though. Are there other things you have her help with? As a matter of fact, she takes part in the actual screenings themselves, too. We've been experimenting with things like having her analyze scenes and adjust the volume accordingly. That's pretty involved. It certainly has the potential to elevate the experience. Upon getting approval from distributors, we hold limited public test screenings for those interested. In fact, we just so happen to have open seats for one right now if you'd like to see for yourselves. Well, if you're sure it wouldn't be an inconvenience. Well, that's fun. Monster Movie of the Week. Ugh, what in the fresh hell did we do to deserve this nightmare? Pick it up and run already, you ass... You bleep, dragging beep. This is your fault anyway, wanting to get it on here of all places. Up yours. You're the ones who wouldn't hop off my... Say that again. I swear to Adios. Well, now we know where she got her attitude. That movie really was something. To think my first Orbital film ever watched would be such a tempest of gore and profanity. I assume it's among the sexy, scintillating spectacles of gaudy infamy. Nah, this was by a different director, and a pretty unique one in their own right. Well, whatever they're putting down, I'm into. Might be cheesy and low budget, but that's what gives it so much character. Sharkferno first hit theaters sometime last spring. When it came to releasing nationwide, though, the distributor deemed it in need of heavy modification. They then came to us with the re-edited version upon hearing about our test. Apparently, it was just the opportunity they'd been waiting for. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed your optimized cinematic audio experience, courtesy of Little Pocel. There's no denying that the volume and sound effect mixing was excellent. She must be an awfully powerful holocore to be able to process all of that in real time. Yeah, and I thought I was amazed with her before. This was all very informative. Thank you. Not at all. Come back and catch one of our normal showings too sometime. Emoji Cat wants to go to the movies. Well, we managed to cover a whole lot of ground. Crazy just how far AI's progressed, though. You figure it'll ever replace human beings in the workforce down the road? I recall Professor Epstein warning about something along those lines in his lifetime. The idea of a technological singularity, which came up in regard to Elysium 2 years ago as well. There's definitely much to chew on here, but I think I understand things a little better now that we've finished our rounds. It may be that Pocel was influenced by more than just one factor. Yeah, I was thinking the same. It's still only a hypothesis, though. Let's just sort out our intel as best we can and report in to the client.
This new movie theater is so nice and clean.
Welcome to Cinema Echelon. Our theater just opened this past spring. We use the latest in movie screening technology to provide an incredibly realistic viewing experience. It's sure to amaze, especially for those visiting from abroad. Give us a try and see for yourselves.
How can I help you?
What are they showing right now? Crimson Fist. I have not seen any of these. Well, not in this playthrough. I have seen them in prior playthroughs. Let's go with Gloria, Dawn of the Revolution. 5 tickets? 5 of them made their way into the theater, having decided to take a break and watch a movie. Sheena Dirk was the leader of the Calvardian Revolution and the cornerstone of the newly founded Calvard Republic. Despite her youth, Dirk commanded the attention of the nation. Her unyielding patriotism resonated with the citizens of every class and background. She quickly rose to fame alongside her comrades, Atkinson, a former general of the Royal Army, Auguste, a philosopher, and Aramis, an artist. Together, these four heroes weaved their way through the tumult of their time, all the while carving a path for a better tomorrow. Their efforts culminated in the Battle of Edith, igniting the flames of the Calvardian Revolution. Well, kind of. You got some more insight into that in Crimson Sin. May 1100 of the Septian calendar, 5 minutes before the Battle of
My
Edith.
body won't stop shaking. I thought I made my peace with death long ago, but I guess I haven't. And even now, I'm racked with doubt. Can we really change the history of an entire country?
Of course we can, Sheena. The victors are free to write the history books however they please. Once we toss out the tomes of the ancient regime, we'll write a new history. One that is centered on the people of this country.
You're right as always. Victory is our only path forward.
The Revolutionary Army is now at your beck and call. They're awaiting your orders, Commander Dirk.
It's time for the dawn of a new era for our homeland. Let us seize the future with our own hands!
With the lead role by the Eschaton Saint, Miss Nina Fenley herself. Strange to think, but the Calvardian Revolution only ended up being painted in a good light, and this movie only exists because it was successful. The monarchy at the time probably just considered it nothing more than anti-government terrorism. Kinda got me thinking back on my own past. I'm not gonna try to justify what I did back then. It's just, I saw some overlap between some of the dialogue in the movie and the stuff my comrades were saying at the time. As the saying goes, history is written by the victors, and even the most noble of goals can easily be twisted and used by others when politics are involved. Regardless, we all know you were just acting according to your own convictions, Crow. Whether or not those convictions were right is beside the point. Thanks, man. Hearing that from you makes me feel better. I'll take the lesson I learned from the movie to heart and continue living life as myself. That's all I can do. On a separate note, Nina Fenley won the Best Actress award at the film festival last year, correct? If so, I can certainly see why. It really felt like she was Sheena herself. Yeah, she's the type of actress who totally disappears into her roles. I've seen some of her other movies, and she was incredible in all of them. It's like she literally transforms into a completely different person. She was so convincing, I wasn't even a little bit distracted that someone of Eastern descent was playing the part. Anyway, it's a good movie for learning about the origins of the Republic. Speaking of history, as someone who teaches it, what were your thoughts, Reem? Watching this made me realize just how capricious political power can be. A group simply made up of civilians paved the path for the government that still stands to this day. But along that road, the First Republic rose under the dictator August. Even the empire had a false emperor and a chancellor with unconditional power for a time. With political power, there are no absolutes, and it can easily swing from one side to the other. This movie made me realize that again. Damn. I feel like I'm back in school. This simply goes to show how many lessons this period of history can teach. Yeah, I agree. I think it's great that films can be used as an educational tool for learning about historical events. Yeah, just from watching this, you can get an idea of how everything might have played out. I think I might use this movie as supplementary material for my class. Oh, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. Yeah, I better give one to Van. Come to think of it, he's already got one. Well, if we can watch another movie, we probably should to get Fee and Altina up a rank.
Movie theater is so nice and clean.
How can I help you?
What are they showing? Let's go Crimson Fist. Take another break. Double feature. A lonesome girl named Beth, born in the slums, turned to a life of crime and ended up in prison. One day, she received a letter that would change... But one day, she received a letter that would change her life. It was from a man named Mikey, who had once made a name for himself as a boxing trainer. You got a talent for boxing, kid. You just gotta hone your skills. Although Beth scoffed at the letter at first, as time went on, she eventually decided to start training on her own. Eventually, the day of her release came, and Mikey was right there waiting for her, inviting her to train with him and become a champion. But the path of a pro boxer was more arduous than she ever could have imagined. Mikey, who had become a mentor to her like none other, was diagnosed with an incurable disease just before the biggest match of her career. After he fell into a deep coma, one the doctors said he'd never recover from, Beth was forced to go it alone.
And Beth's down on the mat yet again! Could it be that her opponent, the welterweight champion Grizzly Bonanza, is just too far beyond her to beat?
It's no good. She'll never beat that monster.
I hate to say it, but maybe she should just stay down.
Get up! On your feet, Beth!
I can't see. Everything's going dark. Mikey, I can't.
Listen up, Beth. You got a natural talent for this sport.
Mikey?
But before you can go anywhere, you gotta believe in yourself. Work on those moves. And don't do it for me. Do it for your future. All that strength you've been building up, it ain't gonna let you down. I know it'll point you in the right direction when you're up against the wall.
That's right. Mikey believed in me. The most important thing you gave me is right here inside me. Coursing through my blood and my fists. Believe, Beth. Believe in all those days of training. Believe in yourself.
Gotcha!
She nailed her! That was a perfectly clean hit!
Thanks, Mikey. I promise I'm gonna bring that belt home for you.
Rocky Balboa strikes again. Once again, with Nina Fenley in the title role. Not quite $1 Million Baby, but some similarities. Wow! Nina brought a ton of energy to that role. Agreed. It was even a bit overwhelming at times. I found myself almost intimidated by some of the scenes. I've seen other movies she's been in, but I was pretty surprised by how this one turned out. Yeah, for me it was almost like I could sense her presence, even through the screen. Eastern martial arts call it ki. During sword fights, it's something I feel all around me, striking the air like tremors. The movie gave me the same feeling. I guess her putting her all into her acting could be considered similar to a martial artist's dedication. Damn. If it's feeling like the real deal to a divine blade, Nina must have really done her homework for the role. Though it does make you wonder if that was all really just acting. Could be she's actually got the guts to better life, same as the character. Either way, her acting was amazing. Loved her moxie and how genuine her feelings for Mikey seemed, but her fight scenes were also next level. For real. The weight she put behind her punches made them feel, like she was actually punching the other person. And when she fell to the ground, it was so convincing, I almost felt it myself. Apparently, in some older movies, there were times when the actors really did hit each other. They couldn't let Nina do that, of course, but good acting and editing can help make it still feel believable. It felt as though I was actually watching the match from the front row of the ring. The power of film and acting truly is something to behold. Even if she's a method actress, is that really enough to explain all the ki I felt? It was almost like it wasn't just acting. It was as if she took a real person and recreated them down to the smallest detail. Oh, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. Having finished their break, Rita and the others resume their work. Yay, level 2. Blitz enhancement. And SCLM enhancement.
This new movie theater.
And we'll come watch the last one after we do everything else.
Have your eye on anything in particular?
More health foods. Wow. Cerise chips. What you got there? Dark blue musk. Hey, gift for Crow. We'll take it.
Much.
Welcome to Cerise Drugs. We carry a range of products, including those from Ramifarian pharmaceutical companies. Speaking of which, part of the industry is supposedly involved in the development of that new energy drink. Its active ingredients are said to be backed by solid evidence, guaranteeing its effectiveness. Which is exactly why I'd suggest taking care not to overdose on it. Indeed.
Shard searching.
Shard finding. Not just searching, finding.
Performing search.
Like that one right there. Ting. Okay. Let's see here. I mean, we're going to give Crow a thing so that he can go up a level. And we've got some food that we can make. Nope, we don't. We have to go to items so we can learn to make the food. And then we can cook the food. It's very important to do these things in the right order. Off-the-cuff survival stew. Of course it's going to be Fee.
Try this. Chef's recommendation.
Is it really? Reen made that. Deluxe organic platter. Toa.
Just leave it to me. Here you are, chock full of nutrients.
Ooh. Oh, fine. Oh, you bought the latest supplements? Health conscious as ever, huh, Mr. Wong? Oh, I'm planning to use this tour as an opportunity to test out everything each of our stops has to offer. This seemed different from our everyday Eastern botanicals, so I'm eager to see how they compare. It's exactly the way I'd expect you to enjoy a vacation. Gets me wishing I had a unique angle to tackle this trip from, too. Now, no need to self-deprecate. I'd say the perspective and know-how you bring are plenty interesting. After all, you're mainly participating in this as a means to broaden your horizons, no? I guess that's true enough. The aim is to learn new things to apply in my pursuits, both on and off the clock. A little confidence will go a long way with that. We're here from Longport as part of a nationwide tour. I tagged along with Old Man Wong in hopes of learning new things and broadening my horizons on the road. It was only after the fact that I realized my childhood friend was taking part too. I wonder how I didn't notice until the day of. Still, the trip will be funner for it. Once I heard they were putting on a tour of the Republic in these thrilling times, I sprang for it right then and there. It's my greatest wish to spend the remaining years of my life in good trim and good fun, you see? So a grand affair like this is one I can't afford to miss. What you selling?
Anything strike your fancy?
Maximum Energy DX.
Thanks.
This here's the Dread Power Company's brand new drink. Next time you need an energy boost, just gulp some down and see the results. Do I have to? Stuff usually tastes pretty nasty. Okay, before we finish talking to all of these people. Hey, De Niro. This place has so many daily necessities. They should call it an over-convenience store. That's what kept me coming in day after day. Then one thing led to another, and I got hired part-time. I might not be a professional like Luce, but I'll back her up like it's my life's work. Okay, we should go back and check in at the artisanal district.
Let's make tracks.
So we can talk about Pocel. Oh, hello everyone. How did it go? Do you learn anything about whatever's causing Pocel to act up? Well, we can only speak hypothetically, her being a hollow core AI. But after giving each testing location a quick check, I think I have a pretty good idea of what she was influenced by. Do you really? Well, don't leave me in suspense. What in the world was it? Pocel was probably affected by multiple factors. And those are... actually, all of them. What? But that's every location. From the researcher gushing over Pocel at the Aerotram platform to the stream of dirty lines at the movies. Not to mention Giscard's rough and tumble lingo. Far as possible influences go, we're spoiled for choice. But it didn't feel right singling out just one. When it comes down to it, she's been being shaped by all of them at once, bit by bit. In short, it was the integration of this feedback that resulted in this iteration of Pocel. Such is our concluding hypothesis. No way. You're saying the implementation trials themselves are the cause. But that means, yes, in terms of fostering her development, you could call these legitimate test results. It should be possible, then, to restore Pocel to her original state if you stop integrating that data. That being said, I've been teaching at Thor's Military Academy for about 4 years now. And so far, not a single student of mine has grown the way I imagined they would. Every one of them learns in their own way, finds their own path, and steps out into the world. The way I see it, that's just what growth is. Hollow AI is still a product at the end of the day, so I won't call it a one-to-one comparison. But don't you think it'd be a bit of a waste to pretend that growth never happened? Oh. You might have a point.
Pocel here! You nobody sure looked out.
She's a little quirky, but this, too, is one of Pocel's possible outcomes. If you think about it, this could be a huge leap for self-improving AI. As one of her foster parents, so to speak, I shouldn't be so quick to reject it. Of course, we'll still have to restore Pocel to her original state for future marketability's sake. But I think I'll try keeping this alternate version to raise on the side, too. That sounds like a good idea. Might be tough to use for public services, but I bet you could still find a market. Yeah, some people might get a kick out of a saucy, devilish holocore. Really? I guess I wouldn't know. I'll admit it made me a little nervous at first, having strangers show up instead of the Spriggan from last time. But in the end, I learned an important lesson from this. And it's all thanks to you guys. We're just glad to be of service. Afterward, Associate Professor Athena officially made the other version of Pocel into its own holocore. She then gifted it to Reem's group as a reward for filling the request, and for further testing.
Looks like our work here is done.
Our reward's been deposited.
All right. Alter Pocel. This little phase of Pocel's is just part of her growing up. From that perspective, it's even more endearing. Professor Cronkite basically passed custody of her to me, so keeping watch like a proud holocore parent is something I'm only too happy to do. Thank you all so, so much. And hey, we'll take that. In the meantime,
Adjustments to me.
holocore. What is Alter Pocel? Accuracy. Ooh, she's an evasion base. Yes, please. Crits, high speed. Reen, your base evasion is 17%. Fee? 20%. Okay. And yes, we'll go here. What do you got? Crit, physical speed. Physical plus 14, physical plus 36. Citry something else, that's that. What are you doing, Fee? No, Fee's gonna go with Nagi.
Holocore Nagi, coming online.
Yes. All right. Let's go with that. Back to Newtown.
Let's head off.
I'm in charge of connection testing for Prometheus 4, the satellite that was launched the other day. With it hanging so far above the ground surface, communications latency becomes an unavoidable issue. Though, wait. What if we could utilize that latency as a means of measuring distance? This might be of use in land surveying projects. Maybe I ought to propose that as my next research topic. One of Prometheus 4's intended tasks is surveying East Simuria, so we're collaborating with that end of the continent as well. Utilizing orbital wave latencies for measurement taking might just be something we can make a reality in the future.
Shard searching. So this is Vern HQ. I expected it'd be bigger, seeing as it's the largest company in Calvert.
That's probably because, unlike Rhineford, Vern is made up of many different companies.
Why don't we take a look around? I'm sure Elisa would be curious to hear
Our
about the
reward's
place.
been deposited.
Won't, won't, won't. Won't, won't, won't.
Shard searching.
Okay, what do we have? Basel sure is bustling these days. Just another byproduct of the space program, I suppose. It's no wonder we've been flooded with domestic and foreign inquiries for Vern-related loans. We at the Bank of Edith ought to capitalize on this golden opportunity.
Let's search around.
In short, we'd like to push the delivery date on those aforementioned components forward. We may be under the same Vern umbrella, but that's a bit of... we may be under the same Vern umbrella, but that's a bit of a high-handed request, don't you think? Running our manufactories on what should be days off will necessitate a 10% increase in compensation, at the very least. It's the least you can do if you want to be prepared for the inevitable post-space program boom. Always the savvy negotiator. I'll talk it over with headquarters. I must ask, though, that project of yours is still designated as confidential, yes? Will they be declassifying it now that the AF and Project Startaker have been made public? Yes, well, about that. Truth be told, apart from it being top secret and built to order, I'm not privy to any details. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vern Company headquarters. We've been instructed to provide you with nothing less than premium treatment. Could I interest you in a tour of our building's general access areas, or one of our other activities, perhaps? No, we wouldn't want to put you out. But getting your digits? Now that would interest me. As for other activities, how's about dinner tonight? Oh, Crow? Your mouth seems to be writing checks your body can't cash. Try to have some decency before you get our invitations revoked. Here we go. What a couple of squares. Their banter is the same as ever. Tell me about it. Yeah, Crow, you have a problem there. None of you are nervous in the least, evidently. Though I imagine the timing of these exercises at the Ort Proving Ground still raises a fair few concerns. At any rate, I'll be extending my support to the absolute utmost. Best of luck to you all. Hey, Professor Hamilton.
How am I ever going to be able to repay you, Professor Hamilton? I simply must thank you for what you did to resolve all of the problems I created last year.
Please, Mr. Tausend. It was just an unfortunate setback.
No, it was a bit more than that. Quite a bit more than that.
You did more than enough to assist with the aftermath. So as far as I'm concerned, you don't owe me a thing. If anything, I feel awful that I was unable to prevent your dismissal during the board meeting.
Oh, no, really, that was due to my own failings. You had to leave to the Far East, after all.
Is that who I think it is? Yeah. They say being let go last year broke him up so much they had to take a griefcation about it. Fee! Not so loud! Yes. I remember that from the database. So that's their boomerang CEO, huh?
Oh, hello, everyone. Enjoying a thorough tour of Basel, are we?
That's right. It's been a very refreshing experience so far.
My, you all must be... I'm the Vern Group's returning CEO, Bill Tausend. You must be the party from Erebonia, Thor's military academy, wasn't it? It's a pleasure.
I see. So, you know Chairman Arena and her daughter, Elisa. Oh, yes. I had the fortune of making their acquaintance upon our induction into the Tech Union back in May. We discussed the possibility of taking the T-phone worldwide, among other projects. Though, how should I say this? The chairwoman took over the entire conversation. Yeah, that sounds like her. No surprise, Elisa's mom is as intense as ever. I've had the pleasure of meeting Irina before myself. Her husband was Professor Schmidt's best disciple, as I recall. I'd love to meet their daughter, too, if I ever have the chance. Young Miss Elisa was quite composed for someone her age. She managed an advantageous compromise regarding those orbital bike patents. I suppose it's no surprise for an affiliate of Thor's. You're giving us too much credit. It sounds like Elisa is busier than ever now. Is it true that Rhineford Tech is being used in the space program? That's the rumor, anyway. I admit, the space program is outside of my jurisdiction. That Rhineford group used to rival Luburl's ZCF. But I believe that after negotiations with Marduk fell through, the program's been relying on technology from the Epstein Foundation. Perhaps this afternoon we'll pit you against a culmination of all their varied technologies. Huh? Now we're getting to the point. And I'd put money on that Cronkite guy being the genius behind it. A gamble well made. I said it earlier, but he really is on a different level from even us three disciples. He was never the type to rely too much on others, be it their research or their direct assistance. But recently he shelved his pride and committed himself to exhausting every avenue for the space program. That's why he's extended this invitation to Reen and the rest of you. He believes you can provide him with important insight. Huh? That makes sense. So, he went out of his way to bring Reen and Crow here to gather more data. For what? Thank you for the heads up. We'll be able to be more attentive during the exercise. Yeah, appreciate the tip, especially given your positions. Well, what can I say? The professor and the presidential office have been rubbing off on me. And besides, without external influences, businesses and countries would go stagnant. Which is to say, I have high hopes for all of you. Mr. Tausend, I guess I should rethink my opinion of you. Perhaps it's odd for me to say it, but he has grown more reliable. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch the spectacle, as I'll be leaving Basel after this. But I wish you all the best of luck. I hope the experience is fruitful. Thank you. I'll do what I can to deliver. Oh, I forgot to ask, Professor. Where are you headed next? Back to your research base in the east, maybe? No, though the delay it will cause to my work does concern me. I still wish to watch the launch in 2 days' time. thinking of paying an old acquaintance of mine a visit now that the opportunity presents itself. Huh. That's so. Any longtime acquaintance of yours must be a very remarkable person in their own right. I wonder about that. Ah, yes, regarding Alfred's notes, Toa. I've prepared them for you at the observatory, so do give them a look when you feel inclined. Thank you so much for going to all that trouble. Alfred? Does she mean your grandfather, Toa? A former Imperial Museum director and one of, if not the, greatest astronomers of Erebonia, right? Yes, as a matter of fact, he visited Basel's observatory 15 years ago. Though we'd already known each other through a certain someone else long before then. You don't say. Sounds like there's a fascinating story there, from a historical perspective. Instructor mode activated. It is his specialty subject, though he does try to fine line between historical and hysterical. Well, let's not unpack all of this right here. I'll tell you guys about it later, okay? In any case, I'll be praying that your exercise this afternoon bears fruitful results. Feel free to make use of the observatory once it's over and done. Okay, thank you very much. You take care now, Professor. Looking back, I've been through nothing but horror story after horror story recently. My dismissal late last year, Nemeth Island, that dream coup d'etat. Still, I like to believe that those experiences have all shaped the person I am today. Stomaching a little adversity or two is child's play in comparison now. Seems life hasn't been too kind to him. This dream he speaks of, do you suppose it must be the same thing I experienced last spring? The crisis that could have been. Though I wouldn't have guessed Mr. Tausend remembered it too. Elaine told me about that. Sounded like more of a nightmare, really. Still, Arkwright and his crew managed to work it out, from what I hear. The crisis that could have been, though, I doubt it's related to us getting invited here, but let's keep it in the back of our minds, just in case. For the time being, my plan is to watch your valorous displays on the proving ground. The new model you'll be confronting is a product of unparalleled genius. I look forward to seeing how it fares. All right, we're going to call that there. And next time, we'll go watch another movie and finish talking to people before hitting the bulletin board and the motor pavilion. See you then.